Hello, everyone. I'm Dan Gay, Chief Marketing Officer of BlockSearch Blockchain, and thank you very much from wherever you are in the world for joining us here at the Singapore Fintech Festival. And we've had a speakers series here at BlockSearch Blockchain all week, and we've been very fortunate to have just some incredible speakers. Yesterday, we talked with the Columbia University and the Digital Financial Standards. We had individual with Exa's Orbital's on talking about satellites for rent. And today it's pretty awesome. We have Jonathan Silvestri, who's the founder and CEO of GudItalia here. And I'd like to first just say good afternoon to you, Jonathan. It's great to have you on.
Hi, it's good to be here. Thanks.
Awesome. Yeah. Okay, great. And we're going to hear more from Jonathan here in a minute. And then we also have Tiffany Johnson, who's the Chief of Staff at BlockSearch Blockchain and who's been coordinating a lot of this event and also has been very involved with Fusion Funder. Good morning, Tiffany. If you can just tell us just a quick sentence or two about Fusion Funder and our project with Jonathan.
Hi, good morning, Dan and Jonathan. Good morning, everybody. Morning, afternoon, evening.
Thank you, Tiffany. And Jonathan, I have to say I was so excited to talk to you this morning, my morning, your afternoon, evening. Mainly, my wife's last name is Graziano, and we enjoy Italian food. And I have to say that living in Denver, Colorado, it's actually hard to get good Italian ingredients and ones that you know are actually from the source. And I know that that's we're going to talk about this, but whether it's olive oil or pasta from a certain region, it's hard for me being in Denver to know that what I'm getting isn't a knockoff, a fake, or that it's coming directly from the source. And what I'm enthused to talk to you about is how you've integrated this with blockchain and really tracking from source to sale. And so with that, let's go through some of the presentation you have here, and we'll just ask you some questions along the way.
Yeah, first of all, thanks. Yeah, thanks for having us. And we'll try and get some stuff out to you as soon as we can, because Dan, I know you like many others, you love Italian food.
Right.
And it's it's the most important thing, food to us. So I'm gonna momentarily distract everyone from their webinars and seminars and just talk about our favorite thing in the world, which is food.
Well, that's a good thing.
I'm in.
Food is life.
It doesn't take much for people to remember a point in their life where food made a big difference because of family occasions. In fact, I can't think of a memorable occasion that didn't include food. It's at some point. So I mean, every country has its own distinctive cuisine. I mean, you've got Mexican and Chinese and Moroccan, German and French, but there isn't much. There's no other cuisine really that evokes such a response as does Italian food. Maybe because it's so diffused around the world. But it's its simplicity, which is key. The history as well cuisines have a history,
right?
So does Italian food, but it's not so much about, yes, it's the history and the culture, but it's about the preparation of what goes into making these foods the most famous for export. And so, really, the taste of the product, that's the defining key for Italian food, because you have balsamic vinegars made in Modena, but just in Modena, that will be aged beyond 100 years. If you wanted to get the best Parmigiano Reggiano, you wouldn't think twice. You just go and you buy it, and that's the cheese, and that's it. But every wheel of Parmesan or Parmigiano Reggiano, which weighs about 30 kilos, takes 500 liters of cow's milk to make.
Wow.
It's a very intense and unique way of making cheese. Maybe perhaps they're the most unique in the world. So all of these, they contribute to making Italian food so special. Same for pasta. Even pasta, it has different grains, different water sources, the drying methods. All of these things, they go to create a huge variety in quality and flavor. So reaching perfection, it requires centuries of work, and that's what Italy does very well.
Right.
So as an Anglo-Italian growing up in Italy, my family pantry was a local delicatessen. So moving to the UK at an early age as a kid, it was definitely one of the things that I missed. And I mean, I remember going back in the summer, and we would go with family, and it was an event. We would go and we'd prepare and we'd bottle sauces and vegetables and fruit for the year. In fact, behind me, of course, I would have something, but look at
Yeah,
this.
it looks great.
This is from my aunt's place down in Calabria. So when we could actually go somewhere this year in the summer, when there was a lockdown, and we went, and the first thing before I left, I said was, can I take some sauce with me back home, because it has a memory for me, and it has distinctive flavor and taste. And I'm not talking, you don't have to have land and vineyards to create all this stuff. You can have the smallest little bit of land, but the passion, the love, and the ingredients that go into these things, the quality of these ingredients, that's what makes it so special. So really, I guess that's how I remember with fondness my time as a kid, and so being in London, it wasn't always easy to be able to get that. So I guess to talk a little bit more about why Italy is so special, the map that you see, this is Italian regional diversity. Regional diversity has different, so you have different regions which have foods that are protected for a reason. So Italy controls the regional authenticity of food very, very strictly. So that's extended to wine and food, and 800 plus products. So by far the most of any other country in the EU. So how do we know this, which ones these are, which ones to choose, is often the question people ask. I mean, food quality, yes, has always been important to Italians, and they've gone to great lengths to support producers to protect the integrity of these products by establishing these guidelines to ensure the authenticity, and to guarantee that the consumer is getting what they pay for.
Right.
So when we talk about different categories, we're going to talk about one today, and that one is DOP. So it's a protected designation of origin label. So DOP product guarantee that your cheese, your prosciutto, your olive oils, for example, they're produced, processed, and packaged in a specific geographical zone according to each step from production to packaging is regulated. So, for example, buffalo mozzarella, DOP Campana, which has to be authentic, must be closed when it's packaged using only string, no metal, no other materials. And this is very specific, very, very strict. You have on the map, you can see onions from Tropea. So you don't get them all year round. Everything is also very seasonal here. So some people, they'll pay over the odds sometimes to get these onions, because they're actually sweet. You can even eat them like a fruit. They're incredible, these things. You have a Spec up at the top in the Alto Adige, which is a beautiful region of Italy, and they produce some amazing cold cuts. You've also you've got your lemons from Amalfi, the Amalfi Coast. So these are producing companions. So all of these producers, and they're chosen along strict guidelines essentially, and they must keep to these things. So when you
know my mother-in-law, well, she's passed away now, but my father-in-law, my wife's father, they're both from Calabria, southern Italy there, and she was always trying to source specific olive oil, and then there's specific products that were from when she was a little kid, and it was important to her. But it really, the taste was very unusual for me, because it was just so unique what she cooked and the flavors, and it's because of that food and ingredients coming from that region.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's. Yeah. I mean, the taste is. It's specific always to those areas that they produce this food in. So that's why when people buy food in supermarkets, and it doesn't have the similar taste, it varies, but because it's not necessarily a labeled or certified product from that particular area. So what does that really mean for example, our customers, the most important people? So, but when you bring home gourmet products, you're enjoying the quality. You're enjoying the quality of the food, but you're also ultimately enjoying time, because the time that you can then talk about these products and the time that you didn't have to spend to try and source them is what we try to do. So for me, as an Italian living in London, and finding myself confused when friends are over and they're expecting all of these wonderful things. I can't always get them. It's not always easy, you know, and everyone expects to find Italy in my kitchen.
Exactly.
It's not an easy prospect, you know. It's often frustrating, and that frustration comes across, you know, quite visibly, especially when people go to the stores and they can't find what they're looking for. So, so that's where the confusion often comes in. So, to bring on to the next slide, you have different factors which contribute to this confusion. But most of the time, when we go shopping, it's because we want to spend on a specific product, but it can be, I mean, it can be an impulse to a particular craving. Some people have a list, some people plan what they're going to buy, but you don't want to compromise on quality or on convenience.
Right.
So in reality, most shoppers in the UK today, they simply won't be able to buy what Italians can buy in the shops in Italy without certain obstacles. So without having to physically travel to Italy to buy these things, or minimum orders, which no one's going to do. I mean, that's a crazy thing to expect.
Right.
So what if you could, as a customer, as a consumer, travel to Italy through a digital doorway to the producer farmhouse, and you select the product that you want, understanding its certification and its authenticity, and within 48 hours, it's delivered to your door. So we approached the standard offering of existing online shopping experiences, and we turned it on its head by creating a platform that not only gives customers and consumers a much larger selection of Italian products, but it gives them also the added benefit of selecting those products directly from the producer store, which nobody else is doing. So imagine being able to recall from memory a particular holiday or a meal that used authentic Italian ingredients, and they were fresh that day, or a TV chef, the TV chefs, and they always talking about their grandmothers that used this in the kitchen, but not knowing how to recreate these tastes or flavors that you desired, and not knowing how to prepare them. So a platform dedicated to the concept of farm, shop, and cook. That's being able to reproduce all these smells and tastes without the stress, without the worrying of where to source them, or whether they're going to turn up, or how long it's going to take to get to you. And that's where we come in.
That's wonderful.
Yeah. I'm the practicing chef, so I mean.
Yeah.
Yes, I hear you. You like to prepare impressive meals. I hear, Tiffany. You know, and that's.
I like my prosciutto fresh, and Parmigiana.
Yeah, we have to have our pecorino always, almost on everything except for fish, of course.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Whatever tickles your fancy at that time. You know, whatever, it doesn't matter. There's no strict guidelines with these things. Whatever's your preference. Yeah. But sometimes, yeah, to get the type of quality that you want, because there'll be different pecorinos. Some will sell as a particular cheese, but it maybe isn't. And there's a big market for products that are sold as Italian, but aren't really. So I think that was also another consideration of ours. We are really passionate about Italian food, and about we are ambassadors for them, if it's essentially as well. So these things all a reason why we're here. And then also you have there we go. Yeah. So the slide for that we're looking at now, the better, faster, cheaper. This is the crux of everything here. So it seems that technology moves us further away sometimes from each other, but in reality, if it's used properly, it can actually bring us closer together. A better digital experience makes a much better reality, as you blog search would know very well. So by uniting people for a common purpose, we can be connected digitally to these new experiences and places that we wouldn't have previously been able to get close to. That's the magic of what we have here. So machine to human, human to human, and human to food and nature. It's all connected. It's all connected. So if we can access programs all over the world, for example, that we want to donate to, you want to go and donate money for coffee grows or cocoa bean grows or tree in Brazil, you do that through technology. And it's speed. That's what we have through technology. We did through speed. So by embracing the digital world and having it at our fingertips, we can use AI, machine learning, and we can analyze human behavior and economize in every way at every point. So with one click, on our website, you'll have a concierge that will smart assist the user, processing and transforming all of these desires and choices. So your own personal Italian food advisor, ready to introduce you to food and production methods, giving you a real insight into Italian food culture, traditions, but digitally linking all of these consumers and producers from Italy to you. So once customers have decided whether what they want to buy and what they wish to buy, then they're directed straight to their carts and they can continue shopping, but learning at the same time. It's something that we were very adamant that we needed to have,
Right.
because also within the platform there's a pantry. So just like when I was a kid and my mum and my dad, we had this pantry. I mean, this is nothing compared to what we had as a kid, because it was, you're right in the middle of everything there. But it's still, you can still, if you want to build it up, you can still have not only your digital pantry online, but you can also have it back at home. And so this allows your pantry, your inventory of your pantry, and understand what you should order next, when it runs out, when the expiry dates are. So it's a little gentle reminder to nudge you in the right direction when you're running low. We're also super excited, actually really excited that we have, as a founding member, we have Dr. Marco Marini, who is at Sapienza University, and they're going to be collaborating with us on creating algorithms and AI machine learning. So we want to innovate the shopping experience and simplify the buying process of Italian gourmet, Italian-made food at the same time. So that's our goal here. If you go to the next slide, Dan, you'll see.
Oops, sorry.
There we go. Yeah, so we have the Good Guarantee seal. What does this mean? Well, by tracking delivery from Italy, using hardware to monitor temperature, humidity, location, we can control the supply chain to a much greater degree, ensuring that the quality, the integrity of the product, so that when a consumer orders what they order, when it arrives in the best possible condition. With pasta, when you leave it in a humid storage area for a while, or for too long, it will greatly affect the quality of that pasta. So what you thought was gourmet, when you get it and you cook it, isn't necessarily gourmet anymore, because it's gone through changes. So the same thing for wine. You can't leave it in a temperature that's too warm, because it will go through another fermentation. So all of these things need to be monitored. So when you buy in a store, in a supermarket, you don't have access to any of this kind of data, and you won't know you won't know how it was transported and whether or not it's at the peak quality, essentially. So using blockchain to add an additional level of transparency, we can download data from the incoming orders. We can transfer all that information to QR codes, and then that allows customers to see the data we collected for their benefit, so they can see this as it's coming, as they receive the orders.
What's really unique about that also is that you have a unique client experience with the client as well. If they can see where the sourcing is coming from, it just puts you closer to the client, and the client closer to the producer. So that's very unique.
Yeah, we without them realizing, they are connected in more ways to the producer than they realize.
Right.
So just by virtue of buying something from us, they're connected in a digital way, which is something that we wanted to express with the platform. And as it passes through all of that, you're authenticating it through a distributed ledger system. So everything is controlled at every level, and that's what people expect as well these days. I mean, they should be able to buy what they want, but they should also be able to receive it in the way, in the condition that it was expected to be enjoyed, to be consumed. So that for us is very important. And also we have a lot of food wastage at the moment as well. I mean, there's a ton of 5 million tons every year annually in the EU of food wastage. So by tracking these, by using this tracking system, and by not only updating ourselves but also our customers, we eliminate the problems associated with food wastage and returns at the same time. So it's that for us is a good situation to be in.
Yeah, well, that's a global issue where over 40% of food goes to waste globally, and just fighting hunger and and food waste is just a huge humanitarian effort that this is a very important piece of.
It is, and it's sad, really. It doesn't necessarily have to be like that. I mean, another thing we implemented as well, which I'm glad you pointed that out. We've implemented a trade back system. So simply meaning that when you order your products and we arrive at your door and we give you your wonderful packaging and everything that's inside there, and you will then be able to, if you decide in exchange for good bits, which you can then use later on the website, you'll give us, the consumer will be able to give us back unopened food items that they were going to probably throw away, which we could then distribute to the food banks that are close to where we're going to be. So it's a way of recycling as well, but giving not wasting food, having a system that we can then put back into the community by giving them the opportunity to not throw these things away, but give it to us instead, and we distribute that. So that's another reason.
It's like you're bringing the farmers market. We have a lot of farmers market in California. You're bringing the farmers market to the people, but via online, and make it the most efficient and cost effective to serve the Italian lovers, food lovers.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of initiatives now as well for people to be able to do these kinds of things, and it's I guess it's not too soon either. It's pretty, it's quite very popular at the moment. So I think it's something that needs to be addressed by a lot of businesses, anyways. Yeah. Oh, so okay. So you got the other slide. Yeah, simple solutions slide, which is it's really what online market as it evolves. What it does is the consumer also demands more. So there's always a higher expectation. Innovation drives shopping habits, and being able to offer customers a broad range of services all related to high quality Italian food ensures capturing their imagination, and it gives us the opportunity to develop a stronger relationship with them through downloadable recipes and videos, how to cook the products that we sell, education, storytelling, all of these things, and coupled with a digital concierge that will really invite you on a virtual tour of the producer farmhouse, and then onto the online pantry. We're satisfying all the customer needs on one platform. So with the Italian wholesale market on its own, estimated to be worth around £2.7 billion in the UK, there's about 13 million lovers of made in Italy. These are, and the estimates are probably higher than these. And so the addressable market in the UK is huge, but there's still room to grow. And with another projected increase of about 8% for the next 3 years, these increases also in shopping habits of the consumer, especially for the last couple of months, through COVID, of course. England now has, or the UK has, the largest per capita spend online in the world for grocery shopping. So these figures clearly show us that there is room to grow significantly, and by offering consumers the opportunity to buy directly from the producer, then they can discover, they can purchase. It's all as if they're buying in Italy, and it's not what they're used to doing so far up to now. So GudItalia is creating a different kind of shopping experience, one that fits perfectly into the daily lives of the consumer and the desire to discover new products, wholesale, but also at wholesale prices. So all within the Made in Italy umbrella, and with that assurance.
Yeah, and I can see how this would have the network effect with one person telling the next person. For me, for example, sign me up. This is incredible for us and our family and our household, and for my wife's 4 sisters. And I can see how this can scale and grow through a network effect.
It's not a fast-growing business. We understand how scalable this business is, and the market. Yeah, the market's unforgiving, but there's a lot of room. And like you say, when you know something is good, you want everybody to hear about it. You want to tell everybody, because you think, I need to show you. I need you to taste this. Have a try of that. See what that isn't. That amazing? Where did you find it? I don't know. I'll get the number. I'll get the place you can go. So when people use word of mouth, it's a very powerful tool to have your brand dispersed through the community. And so it's word of mouth there's a lot more to be said for that. It's not always the most obvious things you think of in terms of marketing. It can be the old traditional ways as well.
Great. So tell us about the roadmap.
All right, so the roadmap now. So looking at the roadmap, you can see that we've got the launch date for Q2 in 2021. That includes membership subscriptions, promotions, and follow closely with the launch of GudItalia Academy. So the GudItalia Academy is something that we're very proud of. We are actually in discussion with some universities in the US who want to develop with us some programs for their engineering and agricultural sciences students to learn about Italian know-how and production techniques, which are directly with our producer partners. So this is something that we really look forward to seeing take off, because it's a fantastic opportunity for us and for them as well. Through to Q4 and into 2022, we'll be collaborating with industry professionals to launch our own online channel focusing on cooking, agricultural methods, barista classes, cooking classes, sommelier studies, events, producer and visits, and much more. So all of these things are still yet to come. And through the rest of 2022, we're building on our supply relationships. So we're going to white label our own products. That'll be for sale and distribution in the UK, which should tie into the consolidation of London, the London market, and more northwards towards Manchester, which is also a big, it's the second most important city in the UK. So GudItalia in Europe, that's our aim towards, as you can see, towards the end of the roadmap for 2024. And our goal for year 4 and 5 is to have a presence in the US and in Canada, which are very important markets as well.
Wonderful. Wow, I'm going to have to wait that long.
No, I don't think so. Maybe not.
Okay.
We'll see what we can do.
Okay, great. So tell us about what the market wants, and
right.
We're talking about that, but yeah.
Yeah. So with this, with this slide, we're always conscious of where we need to be, what the market wants, but at the same time, we don't want to lose our authenticity and our uniqueness. So it's a delicate balancing act. But there are some things that obviously you can't negate, you can't ignore. So we're looking to try and address those as much as we can, but also automate things in a way which makes people's lives easier. Now more than ever, people don't have time. They don't have the resources. They have so many things going on, and they don't want to do the things that has all that hassle attached to it. So our aim really, I suppose, as a 360-degree picture now, to review is to develop a shopping experience for the lovers of Made in Italy that no one else does. So by using artificial intelligence, by using AI to understand better consumer habits and proposing the best matches for them, just as you would when you go online, you want to watch Netflix, or you want to go to something really quickly, we will be able to do that in such a way that it's something that you look forward to doing. So by opening also our digital windows into these small producer farmhouses, and they benefit from this, from the formula from farm to fork, because it allows them to maintain a basic price, avoiding these large distribution markups. Just as you use Airbnb, for example, to book a room with locals rather than with a hotel, and you have another side to your business, and then when you deliver your wonderful items from these beautiful producers, you've kind of completed this cycle, but you've done it in such a way that is much more enjoyable. You Uberize your food delivery, of course you have, because everybody does it these days, but you do it in a different way, in a unique way. And so for us, it's all part of this magic, this platform that we want to create to give people the opportunity to be able to eat, to enjoy, and to buy these products.
Well, I know for me personally, as an example, my wife and I drink tea, and we like a tea out of Portland, Oregon. It's called Lord Bergamot, but it's more expensive than any other teas that you normally buy in the grocery store, but it's very unique. It's great quality, and the shopping experience, when you open the package, it's wrapped really well, and they give you a little sample of something else, and it's just an experience every time you order and you open it up, and it's something we enjoy every morning. So I know consumers are now programmed to finding things that are unique, that are exactly what you're talking about here, that are sourced.
Yeah, I mean, it's people get excited, you know, and you buy with your eyes, you know, you can't wait when you, like you were saying, the tea, the bergamot from it's from Calabria here. And
it is, yeah, exactly.
I mean, and it gets put in all the most expensive fragrances in the world. They use bergamot as well, and it has a very distinctive aroma, and it really can't be. You can't fake these things. You know, they are very distinct, and so when you see something you hanker for it, you need it. And it brings up all these emotions in you, and I think that's the most important thing, is that you give people the opportunity to be able to enjoy these, but not only when they go on holiday, not only at specific times. They can have them whenever they like. And
right, exactly.
Yeah,
so let me go to where is this not?
So I love my 18-year aged balsamic vinegar from Modena. I've been using that for 20 years now, and there's only one little store in San Diego where you can go and buy that. So this would be great to be able to have a source that connects the where the source, the origin of the product is, to my table, to the house. So.
Yeah. So then when people ask you, they say, why, where did you get this? This tastes amazing. I've never tasted anything like this. You can explain it to them. You say, well, actually, and you can give them a little bit of a history to it, and you know what? When you taste it again, it will have a different flavor to it.
Oh, that's why. Well, okay, so we're at the end of the presentation there. Great.
Yeah. So
and I'll edit that little part out. That so, how does someone contact you and your company? And we'll put a end to this so that we are able to promote this and tell people where to go.
So if they want to get in touch at the moment, they can go through blog search. They can also I think we'll have some details ready at the end of this presentation, so they can be in touch. Yeah, just let us know if there's any specific questions that you have that we'd like to know more about. If you've got any requests, just drop us a line, drop us an email. The details, I'm sure, will be done. We can do through you guys as well. And so we look forward to hearing from you.
Right. Well, you can go to the fusionfunder.com platform, and this is where we will showcase all of our companies that are doing capital raise right now.
So the pitch is available already on there, and we'll have the contact details there as well.
Sounds great. And also Tiffany at blocksearch.com. Someone can contact you as well, Tiffany. And our Fusion Funder platform is there to match businesses with backers. And we're very enthused to be a part of your business, blockchain, and also with Fusion Funder. So thank you very much for joining us this evening. And we really appreciate what you're doing, Jonathan.
Thank you, Dan. Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure, as always. Thank you for your time, and hope you enjoyed.
Well, we have a few questions that came in.
All right, sure.
From just the online audience. So I just for the sake of time, I have a few that I'll ask, and I won't ask them all because we have quite a few of them.
Okay.
So one of the, I'm just trying to get. So how do you guarantee the authenticity of your products? As you know, there's a disparity in price from the authentic goods to the fake ones. So how do you guarantee that for the consumers?
All right. So first, in terms of price, the price is going to be, it's not going to be as high as when you buy in the supermarkets or from stores, because there's no middleman, there's no markups, because you are buying directly from the producer. So they don't have to lose out by selling at a lower price to big distributors or wholesalers. They can sell direct to the customer through us. Secondly, the producers are already certified. So in the region of their production, they are already certified, and they also will have EU. A lot of them will have the EU organic logo as well. So we are already from a position offering our customers the best quality that they could possibly want. The further assurance on that, on top of that, is also the hardware and the software that we will implement, because that gives them that gives the product the integrity. So you have the food safety involved with that as well, full trackability from the point of origin. So when the customer receives the order, they know what they're going to receive. The good seal, like we discussed before, that monitors the temperature, the humidity, location. So using parameters which are also dictated to by the producers, because they know the optimum temperatures that these products, because they work with them, that how they should be stored. And then to the final point before delivery, where this data is all captured and then stored and distributed on the distributed ledger, that will then be downloaded and then put onto the QR code. So all these are printed for each and every customer, so that when they receive the order, it goes straight out to them, and then they can see that themselves when they open up the box and they see the code. They can scan on the code, and it will then have all the information there ready for them to see.
So you're talking about it's a full tracking technologies behind the platform.
Yeah, we come full circle. So it's a much more free way of liberal way of delivering, because you know from point A to point B, right to point Z, where everything what's happening along the way.
And since we are broadcasting this live in Asia, I know that you said you are looking to expand outside the UK to the US and Canada. Any plans to expand to like Singapore or Asia in the future?
Yeah, we'd love to. In fact, I mean, Japan, for example, is already an established market for Italian products, and it's a very fierce market. But we would love to have a presence in Singapore, for example, Malaysia. And I mean, I have people that I know over there, and they tell me about the Italian, especially Singapore, the Italian food that they buy, and the wine that they drink, and the prices that they pay, and it's a pretty dollar. So they were quite interested when I explained to them how we're going to work. So they can't wait. But I'm also fascinated by countries like Taiwan, which is emerging very quickly as a powerful spender. And so as these countries change, so do their habits, so do their demands, really. So if we can tap into those markets, I don't see why we wouldn't be successful. The beauty of these areas is that they are so they're new to these products, and since Made in Italy is already such a very strong brand, it has a very strong presence anyway. Regardless, it just helps to cement that. So yeah, of course I'd love to be able to spend time there and to establish us in any country in Asia that wants to eat and drink Italian.
Well,
great. So any parting words that you'd like to share with the audience, or we're good?
Yeah, I was going to say we've got to wrap it up. We're at the end of our time here, so final parting words.
Final parting words, I think, would have to be, yes, I think I'm going to refer to what Mr. Tim Vasco said last week. It's about trust, truth, and transparency, and I think as we digitize more, we have a responsibility to abide by a certain set of rules, in a way, to improve people's reality with better content and innovation through technology. And that's the realization of the importance of what we consume and ultimately how we live. You see, GudItalia isn't just an e-commerce; it's a way of life, and I hope people will join us on our journey with all of these things that we talked about today.
Perfectly said. Thank you. And I'm on your journey for sure.
Yes, Sam.
We thank you, Jonathan. We've had Jonathan Silvestri from GudItalia, and we appreciate what you're doing. We're excited to be involved in this project, and if anybody again would like to contact part of this process, Tiffany at BlockSearch, and then also we'll have information on how to get in touch with Jonathan. So Thank you very much, and have a great rest of the Singapore FinTech Festival, everyone.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Dan.
Have a great rest of.
Thank you, Tiffany.
Thank you. Have a good evening there,
You
Jonathan.
too. Bye now.
All right, bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye.